Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 69 of Factorio with the Space Exploration mod, where we are working towards, well, a oil processing outpost, mainly because we want more red circuits. So after this we are doing a red circuit outpost, surprisingly, and after that we go back to working towards energy science. We just had some problems with our current science because we needed more of these delivery cannon capsules delivered to our planets with outposts, I guess. So while we wait for that, we're just doing this that I've been wanting to do for a while anyway. So to process a lot of oil and stuff, we need a lot of coal for plastic, we need iron for sulfuric acid, we need steel for barrels if we want to shoot this stuff out into space. Saying that, we actually need to get in delivery cannon capsules. So that's something I've forgotten. Because if we need sulfuric acid in space, we're shooting this out, I think. At least until we decide we shoot out oil and do oil processing in space instead. So we're moving this, because I want that to be the last thing in the chain here. And let's get these boys home. Good. And delivery cannon capsules, I think we're just putting into the robot network. Because we don't need a lot of them. And I basically just want a copy of this outpost, or this station. Did we make a blueprint of that? Nope. So this is what we need. Unless we want to make these full provider warehouses. Just because then we can balance them, which we can't really do with these. Well, we could, but it sucks. I don't know. For now, we're just doing this. This is not oil processing fuel, though. It's oil processing delivery cannon capsules. Delivery cannon capsule. This is... Can we just copy paste this? Oh, also we need an exporting station for the plastic and sulfuric acid and lubricant. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff apparently, but that's fine. I just want to make sure that we're not getting rid of that blueprint for the oil. But we're not. Well, let's still name these stations first. One thing at a time. Oil processing steel, I think. Then oil processing iron and coal. And that's the delivery cannon capsules, and then we need outputs. Whoops. These are fine, right? Because it doesn't matter if this train is what gets to sit here or this train is. No, it's fine. Good. So I had this, and we can basically reuse this for both inputs and outputs of liquids, I think. Yes. And again, if we want to do high amounts of liquids throughput here, I would want to do it in barrels with robots. But this is still the amounts we're expecting to do, or thereabouts. So it should be possible to do with pipes without too much trouble. Now, this actually doesn't make sense because we don't want the train to sit there, because it can block other trains from coming in. So these are only allowed to go if they can get past this. Yep. This one doesn't matter though. Yes it does, because otherwise it can block this train. Okay. So, do we do inputs or outputs first? Crude oil is still the highest amount we need to get through pipes, so that is the most difficult to handle, so that will be last. Closest to our production. Oil, rust, no, this is just going to be lubricant. This will be sulfuric acid. And this is oil processing oil. Oiled, yes, indeed. Good. I don't really know if we will actually need the sulfuric acid and lubricant outputs here. We're probably just going to shoot them in the cannon. But for now we're making them anyway. Good. Now where does all of this go? I think I like the idea of just running the belts this way and building over here. Alternatively, we need to run them up and build over here. And that's just more difficult to plan on if we wanted to reuse this setup for a future outpost. Because if we just wanted to put this down here, where do we expect our production to go? It would be over here, which is annoying when you place a station here, where I would rather have it just below this, or above this. Then we know it's somewhat contained. So yes. Because basically we wouldn't be able to place a station here. Because there's no room south of this to do production. So I am going to at least go with this idea for now. Do we have space for pipes first though? I think we do. So 2 outputs, oil input potentially, maybe several pipes of oil. I think that's fine. And maybe we should get some trains going to bring us some resources. We should. And maybe we should make sure that these warehouses are heavily limited. At least the ones we don't need a lot of, like steel and iron. And to begin with, coal as well. And we don't have anywhere where we could produce coal, actually. Or output coal. Export coal, whatever you want to say. So maybe we're just going to make a station in here for that to begin with. I think so. But first, iron and steel. And first I guess we need robots here to deliver fuel. Or I could just deliver it myself. So you need to go to steel 1. Cool. Oil processing steel. Empty, go. Go. Probably don't have a train's worth of steel up here, but it's fine. Not at all. We'll fix that at some point. You, not steel, but iron. Full. Oil processing empty, go. I don't think we have a lot of iron either, do we? Actually we do, we have a full station. Why do we have a rail there? I don't know. Maybe that's part of the blueprint for that junction. I don't see it here though, so I don't know. Steel, iron, and this should be coal. We have several coal patches in here, that's nice. Even more. So potentially we could do just one station and actually build it in. But we need to kill some bases. Let's just get on with that. Why do we not have power? Have I used robots that much? I guess so. We do need to switch though. And I'm not lying that we don't have coal in the network, right? At least we're not bringing any to the bus. And currently all of our coal is coming from out here. And we still have enough there for the bus, so that's fine. What happened to this base? There was more here on the map. I have no idea. Do biters die over time? I'm just curious if it's the same with this now. Maybe meteors happened. It's not the same with this. Not at all. This is thriving. Might even run out of power here. Let's take a small break from the big part of that base. And maybe get some of these spiders killed. Getting slowed is really dang dangerous here. So let's try not to get slowed too much. Oh, we still have healing, that's good. I am starting to lose power though. Come on. I'm really better at running from side to side than top to bottom for some reason. Recharge. Still. Oops. Still be able to fire a little bit. I think it's not a good idea to run in there, because it will just spawn more biters than we can kill with this few lasers. But we shouldn't need too much power for this. And this base is why we want the ion cannon. As this would be a lot easier to just nuke from space. Good. We are going to let that charge a bit, I think. We need speed modules in orbit, that's fine. And this up here is where we're going to build. I think. We have stone here as well. I'm going to mark that because I have had a lot of problems with stone. And finding more. And I haven't seen this before. So that is marked now. Good. There's just a lot more stone in here, so I think this is where we'll place our outpost. And I guess we'll try to run it. Maybe just run it down here or something, the rails for it. Or we could try going from up here. I like straight rails rather than diagonal ones, so... We're going to do that. No, you're not going to... Why would I even want it to charge without all of these in? I don't know. Let's give it a little bit of time. But I really need to fly right now, so... We're going to put the other suit on while in the FAL train, I think. Well, I guess we could just order the FAL train out. Go out... here. And again, we don't want to go over this. Also, we have even more stone there. I forgot that I wanted to do find a mod that lets us search for resources on the map. Because this is just impossible to see. And that's why I've had so much trouble with stone, I think. Unless I've just become less blind, but I don't see any other stone, really, so I don't think that's the case. Let's tag this as well. So we want the rail to come down between this. Yes. Which means we will want it to go right in that junction, which is annoying, but it can go over here. Actually, we're just putting it right next to this junction. And replacing that with a chain signal. Manual. Start. Do we have landfill here? We do. We have rail. We have some amount of signal, but let's put more in. Also, let's put more, not in there, in here. Okay, we'll stop here for now and figure out where stuff goes. Do we need coal for a lot of stuff, or is it just going to be for oil? We probably need it for the bus at some point. The question just is if we need staggers for a coal station or not. Do we have this blueprinted? Because this is pretty simple. Wait, it doesn't go in there, it goes in here. I'm just going to get rid of some of these things. Everything else is fine, I think. Isn't this a bad idea? A train can sit and wait here, blocking everything out there. I think that just goes. And yes, the stacker on that blueprint is not expandable, but for standard small outposts like this, it is more than fine, I think. Problem is I don't want coal to come in on the top side of this station. But I guess it's not really that big of a problem. Start. I'm just going to go down close to the bowl here. And then put this in. There. I need more power generation. Are we out of rail? Yep. So we basically want to move this to the other side. Good. Do we not have any combinators? Apparently not. Oh well. Why didn't I run this rail on the left side of that junction? Then we could have it run through everything, but oh well. I guess this is just the end point of this piece of rail. I am going to mine this first though. Do we have power here? Yes. Do I not have the small low or balance? I don't think I do. Okay. Good. Awesome. That should be all the coal we need for quite a while. Actually, for this amount we have planned with here, we don't have enough, but then we're just bringing more from over here. We have a coal train on the other end of this, right? Nope, we don't. So we might as well start filling this up. And if we get this out of the way, we can go anywhere in the world. We don't have the station named yet. Coal 1. Coal, oil, empty, go. Oh, we're still missing that combinator. We are going to go grab a combinator and then I think we're fine to go back and do oil processing. We just need a bunch of oil refineries and chemical plants. So while I remember that, let's just grab those. All of those, please. All of those. So I sort of need more of these, but whatever. It's only if we want to do the full setup right away. Are we going to send these in a rocket to GNU? I think we are. And it is GNU we want to go to, right? Tentavis, I mean, sorry. So it isn't. To there, it's output into there, so we can shoot iron ingots again. Good. Tentavis, not GNU. Landing pad. And we need a bit more fuel for that, okay. I also came for combinators. Do I not have a request for those? Apparently I don't. Maybe I should though. For both types, I guess. Good. You done? Yes. Should we request these over here? No, I don't want to bring them if I don't intend... Oh, if I need to go somewhere else, just myself. So no. Launch this though. And go back to coal. Maybe just start bringing some speed modules all over. And that should be here. Sure. Why do I feel like I've gotten less power? Maybe just because these needed to charge up? I don't know. Now everything is a little bit more balanced though, that's good. The train has gotten to where it needs to go. Wasn't there something else down here I wanted? Maybe not, but we need to get this train out of here. Go home. That's not where I need to go. I need to go down here. Good. So we have coal, and we want all belts of that populated pretty much. Iron and steel we need a lot less of. A steel train, just deliver what you have. Maybe we should limit this even more. I don't know. Maybe not. Now, output of 100 plastic. I didn't make the plastic output station, because I'm stupid. We want that in between here, I think. So, remove that again. And do something like this. Except we want it on the other side. If we want it to be somewhat similar to these setups. But maybe I don't care. This can't take 100 per second. It can only take 60, but we can upgrade the belts later. These signals really don't make sense. This train is not allowed to leave here if this is red, or 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 this is red. And it doesn't matter if these are here or not. It wouldn't be allowed to anyway. Can use some over here though. I think. No. Yes, maybe. Not really. A train is allowed to leave here if its station is empty. And that's it. But apparently I somehow messed that up. Because now... Oh, so apparently we need to split all of this up into blocks. No. Is it just this part that's messed up? I think it is. Because that's what connects everything currently. Yeah. So trains are allowed to leave for these stations. But not these two. Good. And plastic will just go above all of this. I'm just leaving some space here in case we need to bring anything else in. Which we might at some point. So this is plastic. Why did I not move this in further? I don't know. Oh well, I'm not going to make it perfect right now. But we need our oil station back in. Before I forget. Good. And pipe was supposed to go down here. If we just plan for 2 pipes of oil, just to be safe. Everything is probably good. That doesn't go there, it goes there. It's annoying to run a pump from a pipe though. We should do it from the tank. So we will just have this to balance things. Though we can also balance things in here, of course. Easy. Good. So oil goes up there. Good. I guess we should get an oil train in here as well. To get all of our inputs done. Fuel. And we just named these the same. That's probably okay. Oil, processing oil. Empty. Go. Hopefully it goes to the one down here. And it should. Yep. Because this is blocked. Awesome. I forgot to bring logistic bots. I guess we should request those. Okay. So how are we going to build all of this stuff? We want to handle the oil first, of course, because, again, that's the most annoying part. The highest throughput of any fluid, at least. It is quite a lot of coal we are doing, but... Actually, we have potentially more petroleum, but we'll see about that. I really just want to get going on this, because again, we're not going to utilize all of this production that we have planned. I don't think. But I always get surprised, so don't mind me. Oil goes in here. We need 56 doing just petroleum if that's what we want to do. That's just for plastic though. Should we just go all the way right now? So we can also produce lubricant and heavy, no, not heavy, solid fuel for rocket fuel. Maybe. Should we then maybe expand our area here so we can also take in or export rocket fuel at some later point? Probably should. So yeah, let's just leave a little bit of space. And let's do this all the way. So if instead of this, we do this from oil cracking from oil cracking from this. And we want to be able to use more of this stuff. If we then matrix solve this, then it should be a little bit more sane. We need to crack a lot of heavy oil. Just out of curiosity, now we have all of this. If I remove this one, we make it all into petroleum anyway. So if I just added the possibility of doing petroleum directly and asked it to matrix solve again, that doesn't make a difference. Oh, now it hasn't gotten the numbers here anymore. $1,534 with this. 1,278 with this. So this is more efficient for petroleum. I guess. And it's more simple. So we should probably do this for the most part for petroleum. And then only do this for lubricant and potentially some rocket fuel. If we need a lot of rocket fuel later though, we need a lot more of this. But why not just focus on one thing now? So those two. Sounds so much simpler. We need 56 of these. But that's without any modules or anything. I think we want to do productivity. But do we though? Again, it's low tiers. Maybe not. 56 of these will need 1100 oil in. We should be able to handle that in one pipe. But maybe we should just split this up in two. If we just try to think a bit ahead here and want to split it up in two. 56 of these to 50 of these. That is a lot more space needed for these than these, so if we just have two of these feeding one of these, it would then be what? No. Feeding two of these still. But it fits in the same bit of space basically, if we do it right. Still need coal in. Would this just be a solid pipe? That's going to impact throughput, but throughput isn't great if we consume it everywhere, basically. Need a lot of coal in, though. More than a blue belt. And we need more than two blue belts of plastic out of this. If we just cut this in two, we could have the coal on a red belt, but we can't have the output on a red belt. Maybe we shouldn't be so... trying to be so space efficient. We have plenty of space anyway. Yeah, we need more space. So, first of all, if we split it in two, it's 25 of these in. That's still two belts, or one red belt. Let's do red belts then. And then 2 red bells out from each. 30, 60, 120, yes. If we just went up to 120 of this, how would the numbers look? Oil would still be the biggest problem, of course. Coal is exactly 2 belts, which is exactly what we get from 4 yellow belts. And the output is exact. I think I like this idea. You can even just smash these up against each other. Because we can power everything from here. Do that. Can these be mirrored? No. Something like this. We just will add a little bit more of these than we need, but that's fine. We're just doing 1-to-1. So 68 to 68 probably. Maybe a bit more. We need output though, and that's probably going to be the most annoying thing. If we need a number that is easily split into 4 belts. 80 would be easy, then it's just 20 machines for each. But that's a bit much. 64 is too little. Is it 72 then? Because that's able to be split by 8. 68 should be as well then, but... Well, the idea is that I don't want to do inserters for output, but loaders. Because then I don't need to worry about balancing the belts. First of all, these need to be red. So doing something like that, potentially. Let's get some power over here, because this is annoying to look at. Good. This is a bit expensive, but if it makes a nice setup, I don't care too much. Why can these not go on top of each other? It's not because that's the wrong way around, I don't know. Mini loaders apparently don't do well in blueprints. So if we just go halfway down like this, and then do the other half with only in the middle belt, everything should be good, I think. Am I forgetting stuff? We should probably get the input pipes out here done. before we start copy-pasting this all around. We'll figure out the inputs of oil later, I think. I do want oil on the outside though, in case we want to do some storage tanks or something out here. So it's not going to be very perfectly symmetrical, but I'm okay with that. Isn't this just fine? I think so. Could we in any way not have to deal with the underground belts? I don't think so. Unless we maybe smash two of these up against each other. Pair them up as well. Then we could probably get rid of half of the underground belts. I'm just going to try that. This takes up a little bit more space though, but then we would need undergrounds in here instead, which would suck. If only that could go under there. That would be awesome. Can't have it go under here because it would take up all the space. Well, if we just made everything one tile or two tiles wider to accommodate this, or even do this, then they could be paired up a little bit different instead. And then we just need this. It's less underground, a little bit more belt, but not as much. If we're doing this though, couldn't we just do insert us onto the belt and balance it in the same way? Yes, we could. I'm just going to move this a little bit further down. So this all goes up there. I need one more setup. Unless we just move this down. So this is the pairing now instead. Would be even easier if we did that. These will output 4 per second, right? No, just 2. Okay. Now we are cooking with belts, or inserters, I guess. That is a lot better in my opinion. Inputs. If we want to do it with just the one power pole in the middle there. Well, we need more power anyway, so we'll have power there and there. Yep. And there. And then we can easily insert. We need 1 per second. Fast slow inserters are able to do that. These belts are balanced. We have another belt coming from further down. Not sure why I'm putting so much work into this, but couldn't we also get rid of that entirely? Move this in 1 tile. Run coal here. The other plastic belt here. Long-handed inserters here. And then everything is the same, without undergrounds. This underground's a bad thing though. What is the cost of an underground belt? 100 iron. As opposed to 12 for one of these. But with this it would be the full length, which is 8 belts. Just a second. 12 iron per belt by 8 tiles is 96. So it is slightly cheaper than this to just use belt, but only by 4 iron. And we're not really losing anything by doing this. Same with yes, let's use this setup instead. As long as we can get a belt in here of one of the, or part of the plastic, but that shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. But maybe I should test it out before I just claim it's not a problem. So if this was the middle of everything, this would just go out there. This would then have to underground in this one space, but that's fine, and then it would just be putting this out. It's no problem. Okay. So, good. These go there. I just want this to be a little bit more symmetrical, so put those down 1 tile. Good, and we wanted oil to be the furthest out, and water in there. Good. Power pole there as well. Let's put one there too. Actually, we don't really need those, but when we copy paste this, they won't reach each other otherwise, so we keep it. Yes. Good. Apparently I didn't get this part. Good, and that should all just all be copy pastable then. Maybe just not do the belt right away, because we have to take pity on our robots. Truck is in the way where? I don't see it. Oh, out there, okay. So we need all machines for this. If we go up to 68, it is 34 on each side. Which is more than twice this. And this is a little bit long, but we are going to do it anyway. Now halfway up the 34 on each side, we need to shift the belts, of course. And halfway up that part, we shouldn't need more than a yellow belt. Are we going to enforce that though? So 18 is not half of 34, 17 is. So 34 here is where we need to shift the belts. For a total of 68 machines, yes. So the belts from down here. Go in there. Red underground. And that is still correct, right? So these two will put onto the inner belt. These will put to the outer belts. 36. I was not good at that. Because on each side we have an uneven amount for the belts. I am just going to add 2 more machines on both sides then. 474 in total, I think. Yep. Because half of 74 is 36, half of 36 is 18. And that's a lot easier to split into belts. Am I really out of yellow belt? Well, we are going to have to go and grab more of that. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.